Ash Media's coverage of Snap-on Kalgoorlie's Australian Street Stock Championship is proudly brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia.
Are you ready? Certainly are. We're underway. Green lights are activated. The Big D, Daniel Druitt, leads them down the main straight, and Beaumont moves to the outside, and there's cars coming left, right and centre. One of them is the 31 of Greg Avens, moves into third place. Beaumont is in second at this point in time. Morris Ahern is there along with Josh Martinelli as they're three wide almost coming out of Pitspan the first time. It's Daniel Druitt, the race leader, in car number 29 from Victoria. Josh Beaumont in 62. Greg Avens in 31 is third. Right on the extreme outside is Josh Martinelli. Going up on the inside is Morris Ahern, and you can throw a blanket over the first six, including Kieran Norman, who's up there as well. They go up into the top turn, and it's Daniel Druitt half track high, inviting them all to come underneath, and they have. And Morris Ahern is one of them, and so too Shane Beaumont. And Daniel Druitt's out of noise in the 29 car, so something has gone astray again with the 29 while in the lead, and he goes from chocolates to boiled lollies onto the infield, and our race leader now is Morris Ahern. And what a drive by Morris Ahern from position 5 to take the lead very early in proceedings on lap number 2. 3 down now and 9 to go. Beaumont in second, Greg Avens third, back to Martinelli. Norman is fifth. 6th place is Ricky Norman, then Rick Swasbrick, and the last car running is Chris Woods. Down the back section once again, Morris Ahern out in front in Victoria 54. Set a quick lap of 20.206 the last time around. 4 down and 8 laps to go. Back to Shane Beaumont in second place. Josh Martinelli goes underneath the veteran Greg Avens into third place, past the Avens fan club down there in turn number 1. He's gone via the Cape, and underneath comes the 35, in fact the 94 car of Kieran Norman, and Greg Avens fights back on the outside. 3 of them abreast coming into the main straight for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Martinelli, Norman and Greg Avens on the extreme outside, but out in front it's Morris Ahern in car number 54. Shane Beaumont in second place. Greg Avens persisting with the outside run and rounds up the 2 black cars. On the inside, Kieran Norman fights back, and Josh Martinelli still in the middle. Greg Avens still out near the concrete wall looking for some smooth running, and got plenty of speed, but he's gone back into 5th place behind Norman and also Martinelli. Back then to Swasbrick, Ricky Norman and Chris Woods, but out in front with 6 down and 6 to go. Well, now it's going to be 5 this time around. It's Morris Ahern out in front. 2nd place is Shane Beaumont. Up into 3rd place now, and putting in a good set of laps is car number 94, Kieran Norman, Martinelli, and then Greg Avens in 5th place as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. 6th place is Ricky Norman, then Rick Swasbrick, and then at the tail is Chris Woods as they move up into turn number 3 and 4 once again. Ahern out in front. 2nd place is Beaumont. 3rd place is Norman, then Martinelli and Avens. Not much separating them. And then a titanic struggle for the last 3 positions. Norman, Swasbrick and Woods. As going into 2nd place now is Kieran Norman. Has got Beaumont off the curb and goes into 2nd place. Beaumont back to 3rd. Martinelli right there along with Greg Avens. Our race leader is well and truly home and hosed. He's 3.4 seconds in front. The quick lap of the race is now with Kieran Norman though in 2nd. Josh Martinelli goes into 3rd, Beaumont back to 4th, and back to Greg Avens. 6th place is Swasbrick, then Norman and Woods. That's the order. Only 8 cars remain. 2 laps to go though for Morris Ahern from Victoria. 2nd place is Kieran Norman, then back to Martinelli, Beaumont, and then in 5th place Greg Avens. The white flag to come out this time around, and well, he'd have to lose a wheel or run out of noise or do something drastic to lose from here. He's a mile in front. Morris Ahern, probably the best presented car here this weekend. There's a couple of others that rival it, but it's a very, very spectacular car. 2nd place is Kieran Norman, Martinelli 3rd, Beaumont, Avens, Swasbrick is 6th. Back then in 7th place, Ricky Norman and Chris Woods. And barring some extraordinary mishap, that is the way they're going to finish. Put your hands together for Morris Ahern, who wins heat number 10 of the Australian title, and he's won by a long way. 2nd place will go to Kieran Norman, some 4.045 seconds adrift of the leader. 3rd place Martinelli, Shane Beaumont 4th, Greg Avens 5th, Rick Swasbrick 6th. 7th place goes to Ricky Norman, and Chris Woods is going in the wrong direction over there in turn 3 and 4. Straightens himself up, and he will be last to complete the distance.
Wow, Morgan Melvin, I saw you there chatting to the Big G. What happened to him?
In fact, all he's just told me is it's just stopped. That's all I could get out of the Big D, Daniel Druitt. But what a win for the man in the Victorian 54. From Kilmore in Victoria, Morris Ahern takes out heat number 10 as we hit.